by wishing you all a Happy New Year and wishing you all the best of 2016 and saying thank you for coming out tonight on this cold night. And just want to clarify a couple things before we get started. A little bit of misinformation due to reporting that could be more accurate. We are doing these sort of things in every single ward. And the goal wasn't only related to crime, so if you have any other issues tonight, we are happy to address them. So we have some of our different directors here. We have Mark Redfield, who's Director of Public Works. You guys can clap, he works pretty hard. We have Kathy Moore, who is representing our Director of Health and Human Services. Director Jim Shea, who is Director of the Police Department and we will have shortly coming in the Director of Recreation. And we have one of our senior staff members, Reverend McCrae, in the back over here, who's focused on diversity. So here's the best way that I thought that we could handle this thing to get everybody on a baseline. Just to set a couple ground rules, which I think will be helpful for everybody, is let's try and be respectful, okay? Let's try and be honest with the information, and I will be as honest as humanly possible in sharing some of the challenges we have. And the best way that you can be helpful in this is recommendation as well, as far as what you see. Now, there's always a discrepancy, which I can appreciate, between some of the things that are actually happening and the way people feel in the community. And both of those are really equally as important. And sometimes the way people feel are more challenging to correct than what is actually happening. And that's part of the issue that we have overall. But that said, we're going to talk a lot about the things that are happening predominantly in the West District, being that I said that we're doing this citywide, and we will publish all the dates in the next few days of the ones that are set up already in the next 4 weeks. So the meetings are all happening in the other wards within the next 4 weeks. And we will put those dates out there. So if you know somebody who missed this, or you're particularly important about the North District or the East District, we will certainly do it focused on that so you understand what is happening. So before we start, I'd like, because I know crime is and police activity is the most important thing, but let me also say, really quickly recognize one of the elected officials who's here in the back too, actually, Freeholder Bill O'Day. Former freeholder here, Jeff Dublin. Okay. So I'm gonna pass this out here. I have 100 copies of it. It should be enough looking at this room. And I'm gonna give you a couple minutes before we continue in the meeting for you to take a look at this stuff and actually have an opportunity to digest some of it that's here. Now I'm gonna walk you through exactly what's here as kind of a baseline. And the only reason I'm providing this is so that you get a baseline understanding of kind of what is exactly happening in your neighborhood. And then from that point, I'm not going to stick to this because it's not as important saying this is up, this is down, this has moved from here, but we could talk more about some of the challenges that we have, some of the things that you see, some of the things that we could be doing productive going forward. Is that fair? Okay. Okay. So if you could take some of these, pass them out, and what they are essentially before you go in is the first page is going to be the CompStat year over year. So you will see 13, 14, 15, every single category broken down. This first page is going to be citywide, okay? The second page is specific to the West District here. So you will get exactly what's happening within the West District over here. The third page is going to be specific to shootings. It's going to break down year over year where we are in shootings, month over month, so you get a real understanding of what's happening in the city, where we trend overall, what some of our challenges are. I'm going to talk to you guys about some of that. And then the last page, which we broke out so you can see, is actual pins on where those shootings happen to be within the West District. Okay? So, we'll take about 5 minutes. I'm going to pass those out, take a look at that stuff, and then we will continue. Okay? I think that's probably the best way to start.